Es bueno.
Oh! Hi, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Anna.
And we're here at La Jolla to show you the basics of waves.
There are two types of forces involved with the ocean waves, disturbing and restoring. Types of disturbing forces are wind, impulse, and differential gravity, like tides. And restoring forces would be things like gravity, surface tension, and the Coriolis effect. And so, an example, disturbing forces push them and get them started. So it's like pushing them up, and restoring forces balance them and bring them back and keep going, like that.
So now we're going to talk about just the basic wave mechanics and wave shape. Alright, and so here's the still water line. So you can see it'll help us to show the shape of the wave. And so the top of the wave is called the crest when it moves above the still water line. And the bottom of the wave is called the trough below the still water line. And there's different ways you can measure the wave. The wave height you can measure from crest to trough. And the wavelength you can measure from crest to crest. And you can see out in the ocean that it's not just one particular wave just moving towards you and going and going and going. It's more of an energy. So you can see that the energy is moving, not just the wave. And it moves in an orbit. Steepness also is an important role in wave mechanics. So the steepness of the wave is just the front of the wave, and it's a ratio of height over length. And 1/7 is the smallest ratio that a wave can have before it gets unstable and it breaks. So if the ratio is smaller than 1/7, then the wave is going to become unstable and it's going to break. So you can see out in the water there's kind of a surf zone or impact zone where all the waves become too unstable and they start to break.
Here you can see a great example of the orbital energy we talked about earlier. That energy only goes down to a certain depth though, and so to measure that depth you take 1/2 of the wavelength, and the bottom of that is called the wave base. There are multiple types of waves. An example of two are deep water waves and shallow water waves. Deep water waves are where the bottom of the ocean is greater than 1/2 of the wavelength, and shallow water waves where the bottom of the ocean is less than 1/20th of the wavelength.
Now we're going to measure the movement of the wave, or the frequency of waves. Frequency for waves is called period, and the period is the time it takes for a wave to travel a distance. One way you can measure the period is by taking a certain point and then measuring the time it takes for the crest of each wave to reach that point.
As you notice, waves don't approach the shore head-on, they approach at an angle. And as the wave approaches at that angle, they don't all encounter the seafloor at the same time. So once one end does, it causes the wave to bend, which also causes the domino-like effect of the crash. See, as it crashes in a progressive order. This is called wave refraction.
So there you have it. Me and Anna just summed up the basics of the waves. The movement of the waves, the shape of the waves, the orbital energy, and how the wave comes to the shore and breaks. So now you can go out and shred the gnar.